What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so in this video here, we're going to be taking Gambit in against Knull. I finally got enough of the Mandalay and Awakening gems to finish him up, because I was stuck at just transcending or realizing his potential there, so the final step. But with the reset, I was able to get that done. So now we have Gambit here fully transcended and ranked up. We've got a few Urus on him, 2 Odin's Blessings and 1 regular Mythic Uru. That's just for crit rate and crit damage. If you're wondering what those Odin's Blessings were, they're crit rate and crit damage ones. For his skills, we have everything leveled up except for the 4th and the 1st skill. His Isolate set, we have a stage 6 overdrive for his obelisk here, and yes, we are just using an obelisk. I haven't switched this out yet. This was the obelisk that I had on Gambit when I very first unlocked him way back when he was first released, so I haven't changed that yet, but I am planning on putting a CTP of energy on him because he does perform very well. I really like the upgrade from the uniform and his awakening, so he's a very strong pick now for Knull. He does great burst damage. I mean, he's always done pretty good burst damage, but it has kind of fallen off a little bit over time. But now with this uniform, it's brought him back up a little bit. In terms of regular World Boss Ultimate, he's just a little bit stronger than he used to be, so it's nothing too crazy there. But for Knull, now that he has his potential, he is a beast with this uniform. So we just have a regular 180 proc on him because that ignore defense and poison damage is doing nothing for Gambit, so those are pretty much wasted stats. The uniform is sitting at heroic. That was all of the biometrics I had for Gambit, so I couldn't get him any higher than that. So yeah, that's what he's looking like. Take a look at his stats here, or the details. That's why I put some of the crit rate Urus on him, because I realized that he only gets 25% crit rate from his 5th skill. For some reason, I thought it was 45%, so I needed to bump that up a little bit, get him to almost 50% there, so he'll be capped on his crit rate whenever we use the 5th skill. What else do we need to show? I'll show you my cards real quick. I still haven't changed anything in my cards. As you can see, they're not awakened. I don't have any pierce stat on there, so nothing to increase my damage. So that's what we're looking like. So now all that's left is to take Gambit in against Knull and show you just how well he did with his new upgrade. Alright, so here we are loading into the fight. We're going to be doing stage 2 of Knull here, just because I found stage 2 to be easier than stage 1, because I don't have to deal with the Blade Twisters. We have Star-Lord for lead, and then we have Apocalypse in there for the team up, because we actually get the Horseman of the Apocalypse team up there, and it just gives us some crit rate and crit damage, so nothing too crazy or necessary. He's basically just there because he does the team up, but you could put any character there. And of course, Star-Lord is giving a 55% energy attack boost because Gambit is a blast type. So that's why I decided to use Star-Lord here. But I should note that Gambit's own leader... Oh, we got stunned there. How annoying. That Gambit's own leadership is actually still really good here against Knull. His 50% ignore dodge. With that ignore dodge lead, it's better than a 30% energy attack lead. So if you just have like a 30% energy lead, just use Gambit's leadership instead, because it's actually better. So it's Star-Lord's only better because it's giving a massive 55% boost. Even with that, I think the difference is only about 20 seconds. But for me, having just a regular obelisk on him, that is the difference for me being able to clear Knull and not to be able to clear Knull. So I actually need to use Star-Lord's little bit of extra damage here, opposed to using Gambit's own leadership. So let's go ahead and keep DPSing him. Okay, yeah, and Gambit's very simple and easy to play. Just do 3-5, 3-5 if you have your awakening skill, 3 awakening skill 5. So yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do. And Gambit is good to go. Don't get hit by the tentacle because I do not feel like getting stunned right now. And there we go. Switching to the next phase, as you can see, we have more than 3 minutes left, so that means that Gambit should be able to do this. Unless I get unlucky for this next phase here. But Gambit is actually pretty safe for this next phase, or for just, I guess, fighting Knull in general, because as you can see, he's going to swing at me, but now I just run away from him. I do 3-5, and look at that. He stands in place and does nothing, and then look, I just keep running around and he just keeps following me. and there's nothing he can do about it. I can just keep doing this until I push him to the next phase. I don't have to worry about any of his attacks or, you know, attack patterns hitting me or anything like that. So Gambit is very safe to play here. Provided you have the damage, you can just do this and get basically a free clear against Knull if you have the damage. And I'm just using 180 Obelisk here, so no CTP or anything on my Gambit right now. And as you can see, he is faring pretty well against Knull. Not having too much issue taking him down. So he's going to do that one attack, and then again, we just lead him around and wait for our 3-5 combo to come back. And you do need to cancel immediately into the 5th skill. You can't let the animation start for the 3rd skill because that actually gets you a little bit too close to Knull and he will attack you. So there is a reason why I'm canceling this early and not letting the animation start to get that extra little bit of residual damage from the 3rd skill. So there we go. Again, this may be boring for some players, but for other players that are just having difficulty clearing Knull in general, this could be a really good strategy for them and a really good investment because maybe they're just having issues with Knull's attack pattern and they're just timing out, or they're just dying a little bit too easily to Knull or something like that. So, you know, Gambit could alleviate some of those problems if you're in that particular area. Run away. So yeah, there we go. We're on the dragon phase. We have more than a minute left, or about a minute 30, so we should be good here. It's usually a very close clear from the couple tests that I've done before actually recording this with this exact team up here. I'm usually very close to timing out, so I do need to pay attention here and actually hit all of my attacks. I can't really linger around too much. I need to make sure that I'm doing DPS as much as I can. If I get a CTP of energy, then that'll probably alleviate a lot of the need to be very on point with my damage. Come on, change phase. There we go. Just barely. So now we're going to try to DPS him a little bit before Thor jumps down, because we can do that with Gambit because we do have the range. So just do this, and then we get our damage. We back off a little bit here. Now we wait for Thor. We could get one more attack in, but every time I click that, Thor does this jump when I'm just barely like partway through my 5th skill animation, so it's better to just wait. So you can kind of only get one rotation in before Thor slams his hammer, just because of the cooldown on the 5th skill. But if the 5th skill had a little bit of a shorter cooldown, or maybe you can use the team up skill. What does the team up skill even do? I don't even know. Does the 4th skill. This better kill him, or else I think we're in trouble. Oh, we're in trouble. No, we're in trouble. Die. Look at that, he's got 0 health. Come on. Well, I mean, you saw... Gosh dang it. Well, you saw that Gambit do that. I really don't feel like re-recording this and doing that whole voiceover thing again. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the actual clear with the exact same team up, and I'm just going to cut to that last final killing blow of Knull, and then I'll lead you with the outro there. So just so you can see that he can do it. But he literally has 0 health there. So one more crit damage Uru and I would have been good. So yeah, let's just cut ahead to me actually delivering the final blow. All right, come on. Gambit. This was a lot better run. So you need to kill him here. Oh no! There we go. It's that last little bit. He just keeps running out of time. This was the 2nd attempt after seeing that the first one, or the one that I just cut from. I had 2 other attempts where I timed out, and then we had this attempt where I was actually successful, and with a surprising amount of time left. What was that? That was like 24 seconds left. So yeah, I mean, we had plenty of time that time. I'm not sure exactly what I did different. I changed up the skill rotation just a tiny bit for the Awakening skill. So I found it to be a lot easier to time his proc and actually get a little bit more damage if you do the Awakening skill first and then do 3 and then do 5. For some reason, I think maybe that gives the Awakening skill a little more time to wind up, so that you proc when you're already getting damage from the Awakening skill, because there's a bit of a delay from using the Awakening skill. You see Nightcrawler and Who else was in the awakening skill? I don't even remember now. X23, no, whoever it is, Nightcrawler and the other one jump in. It takes them a little while to wind up and start doing their attacks, so using the awakening skill and then doing 3 and 5 probably gives it a little more time. So that was actually something that probably helped quite a bit. But yeah, okay, 26 CCF, I'll take that. So yeah, there's Gambit. Maybe a little bit light on the damage for that end phase there. So you need to make sure that you're doing some damage before Thor actually does that hammer. Maybe with the CTP of energy, it alleviates that problem and you won't need to actually do or worry about doing extra DPS. But for me, I use the awakening skill before Thor actually does the hammer slam, so I can get that bit of damage, and then I get a lot closer to be able to kill him in that last little bit of time that you need. Which, what does it give you? 10-15 seconds? I think it gives you 15 seconds because you get like 2 skill rotations, almost a 3rd skill rotation, because I'm always scrambling for that 3rd skill rotation, and then he's like blasts me like as soon as I'm like activating my 3rd skill rotation. So yeah, either way, there was the clear with Gambit. Told you I'd cut to actually showing the clear because I wanted you to actually see that, to let you know that Gambit can do this with my current build. But as I mentioned earlier, I do plan to give him a CTP of energy, so I will revisit Knull here once I have a CTP of energy on him, and we'll see what kind of difference we can get. I'll use the same team up here and just see what happens, and then I'm also going to try to use just his own lead with no support and see if he can do that. I will let you know what happens there in the next video, but that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.